But as one great astrophysicist, Sir Fred Hoyle, put it, he said that a common sense interpretation of this evidence suggests that a super intellect has monkeyed with physics and chemistry to make life possible.
What are 3 to 5 facts or arguments for intelligent design that are easy to comprehend and explain to somebody else?
Oh, very good question. Well, I think the first is the one we've been talking about, that at the foundation of life in the DNA molecule, there is a 4-character digital code that is responsible for producing the proteins and protein machines that cells need to stay alive. And we know from our experience, our uniform and repeated experience, which is the basis of all scientific reasoning, that information comes from an intelligence, whether we're talking about the information in a computer program or information in a paragraph in a book or assembly instructions or information embedded in a radio signal. Whenever we see information, we always come to a mind. It has always come from a mind, not a material process. So the discovery of information at the foundation of life is decisive evidence for a designing mind in the origin of life. That's one big argument. A second one is the argument from fine-tuning. If you look at this is something that physicists have been discovering since the 1950s, that the basic laws of physics and the initial conditions of the universe were set up just right to allow for the possibility of life within very fine tolerances. So you have these, for example, the strength of the gravitational attraction or the expansion rate of the universe. If any of these factors were off by a little bit, a little stronger, a little weaker, a little faster, a little slower, then life would not be possible in our universe. So physicists sometimes talk about our universe as a kind of Goldilocks universe where everything is just right. But as one great astrophysicist, Sir Fred Hoyle, put it, he said that a common sense interpretation of this evidence suggests that a super intellect has monkeyed with physics and chemistry to make life possible. So the fine-tuning of our physical universe is a powerful evidence for intelligent design. And then the systems that Scott works on, not necessarily the virulent ones, but the aboriginal systems, these beautifully designed molecular machines, provide evidence of a kind of master engineer at the foundation of life. So those are 3. I'm writing about others in my book on the return of the God hypothesis. I think another powerful evidence that is not so much an evidence just for intelligence, but for a transcendent form of intelligence, is that the universe had a definite beginning. Mm-hmm. This is something that's come into our awareness through astrophysics and astronomy over the last 100 years, as scientists formulated what was first called the Big Bang Theory. And this is simply stunning that the material universe, if you go back far enough, reaches a singularity, a point where matter, space, time, and energy themselves come into existence. And as a consequence, there's really no material explanation that can be posited because it's matter itself that comes into existence at a finite time ago. Even time and space apparently begin. Mm-hmm. And so this is something that you would expect on a theistic view of the world. In fact, if you're a Christian or a Jew, you'll remember the first words of the Bible, in the beginning. And the modern astrophysics has discovered that there was in fact such a beginning. And so I think that's another thing to put all of this evidence in context. You have evidence of design, but also evidence of design from the very beginning of the universe and the fine-tuning, and evidence of a beginning in these discoveries from astronomy and astrophysics.